Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. That was nice, okay? That was a nice live stream. uh, what happened is like one of my USB port is tripping, so I kind of switched my USBs and I forgot like to switch them back because the two of my USB ports not working. They got wrecked, so I gotta fix that, right? So but I think like it is all good right now. So I'm just gonna go ahead and suck it up right now and go all over again, talk about what I was saying, right? All right, guys. So now so now let's go back to the daily time frame, right? So now what I was saying regarding the daily time frame was like we were waiting for the daily 21 EMA right here over the last few days. We said if we get rejected right here, we could be dipping down again. We could be dipping down here to our daily 21 EMA, right? And exactly that's what happened, right? And if you recall our 6-hour basis over the last few days, what we were saying on our previous live stream, we said keep an eye on the 6-hour 21, because if we dip down, it is going to be supporting the price. So if you're bearish, you know exactly where to take profit at, and if you're bullish, you know exactly what to look for once we retest the 21 EMA. Another basically a bearish, not bearish, but another high volatility sign is like whenever whenever I get my two moving averages, this one right here, which is a 21 EMA, the yellow one, and the red one, it is basically the 100 EMA. Whenever they like try to repair each other right there, it is a sign of a strong volatility. Okay, so either it could be they could basically repel each other, or they could just attract each other, and basically we're gonna get the crossover. But as of now, we will wait and see, and wait for the next like a few hours to see if bulls gonna be strong enough to basically get the reversal back up to the top right here. Okay, that's going to be temporary, our temporary rejection range based on closing basis. We're going to be looking for just about like, not looking for, but we could be saying like 406 going to be our closing basis resistance right there. 406 right there. Okay, right there. And if we push back up once again, we will wait and see if MACD going to be flipping positive, because right now, even though price action just dipped down, there is no sign of a bearishness like in terms of like indicators, right? If you take a look at our 6-hour indicator, right, RSI, it is making what, high highs, MACD still making high highs, price action still making high highs, so nothing bearish really. Okay, yes, price action dipped like 2,000 points, but it doesn't mean it is bearish. Okay, so as you can see right here, we dipped down in a three-way move. If you watch our previous analysis, what we said was like, keep an eye on what right here, our 50% to 0.618 going to be our support level before the next move to a 40K or higher, right? So the move we got right here, it is clean, nothing really crazy. We just have to wait to see if MACD going to be either creating a double top, right? It could be a double top depending on the volatility, right? Or the how strong bear is going to be rejecting the price, or how bull is going to be pushing above 40K. But we will just wait and see over the next like a few hours or even few days what will happen in terms of like a rejection again, just about like a 40K. Okay, if we do not get the push back up to 40K, price action could just dip down here. Okay, as we said on my previous analysis, right, it could just dip down and ignore the pushback up right here. Okay, it could ignore it and dump down right there, right, and get the double top right here. Okay, in terms of wedge pattern, most people love the wedge pattern, right? Okay, so you could look at it as a potential wedge, right there. Ugly wedge, but you could draw it like that, right? Okay, you could just draw a wedge pattern like that. We've seen it multiple times, like in this range also, right? Remember guys, right here we were bearish at 39k. Remember when we hit 39k, what we said, we're gonna dump down to where? 31, right there. Okay, and after we hit 31 in our premium, what we said, let's flip bullish, right? And we're going to take it back to 40 to 50k. Okay, but we're already out. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to break it. If we break above it, we will reassess. Okay, but I'm not trying to rush the market. As I said, don't rush the market, just wait for confirmation. Okay, if we break above it, we're going to take a look at it again, right? So as we got right here under the wedge pattern, it is also possible. That's why I'm saying we could still get this move, okay, with a potential average sell price just by like a 406. Can it go above 406? Yes, it can go above 41,000, but on average it could be just about like a 41k. Okay, so that's the best setup to basically anticipate as of now, in terms of like a lower degree and all that good stuff. It might not have a big impact on a higher time frame, because we still have to take a look at the 3-day basis and all that good stuff. Right now, let's take a look at the 2-day basis. So on the 2-day basis, going back up above 406 right here, it is basically going to say, hey, we most likely going to get a stronger move to the upside. So that wedge pattern on the 2-day basis might not make too much sense, right? It means like the 2-day time frame, it has to flip positive again, right? I don't think we're going to flip positive on the current daily candle, but anything can happen, right? But on the next candle, we could push back up, right, within the next, like, let's say 72 hours, right? Because we need 24 hours to close this candle. 48 hours later, we could push back up above like a 41 and so on, right? But might not get a close above that range. Okay, so we need to get a close above like a 41k to start like a looking for high prices and all that good stuff, right? So keep that in mind. On the 6-hour basis also, we talk about the 0.618 on the muted version. I talk about the yeah, my USB went off. Asnas BC started dumping, so I was like, gosh, you got wrecked too. Right here. So if we do not break the 41k, regardless of how high we can go right here, we can still look for 0.618, all right, which is just about like a 34.5 right there, and 35.7, excuse me, right there. So let's say you don't have a trading via account, right, and you don't care about like a trading, and you just want to wait for prices. You could be looking for 35.7 and 34.6 over the next like a few days. Once again, I wouldn't be FOMOing on the next move right here. Just wait for the next like a few days to get like a clear confirmation. Once again, nothing is bearish right now, but we're just looking for setup for the next big move. Okay, I showed you the wedge pattern. I showed you the resistance level to look for. I showed you the support level to look for and all that good stuff, right? Yeah, the wedge pattern is very useful, okay, if you're just patient, okay, but you cannot just basically want to draw every pattern. You want to make it a wedge pattern. You just have to wait for it to give you a proper pattern. You don't even know, okay, like if this sucker gonna be doing something like that. Okay, it could do something like that all the way up to 45. We just don't know. Okay, we've seen it before, back in March, April last year, right? We've seen it before when we got the wedge pattern right here, and we've been saying, oh, we're gonna dump, blah blah blah, right? right here. Okay, was ugly one, but it dumped, but it reversed afterward. Okay, so and we did have one right here, kind of ugly, but you get the concept, right? Kind of ugly, but you get the concept. It's still like a pump to the upside, right? And if you take a look at the current three-way move we got right now, right, on the on our current structure, it is pretty much similar to the wave we got right here, right? And we pushed it upside to 40k. So just think about it, this move right here was like the 40k move, and then we could drop down here. That's exactly what I tried to explain to you like a few days ago, right? When BTC was at when BTC was right here. Okay, after we pushed right here, I was like, just we could still get this move down to retest the mid 40k, right? So we got a similar structure again right here, right? Remember this move right there? When we pump right here, I was like, we're gonna get back this move down. Okay, we did push back up, get the ugly wedge pattern or parallel channel, whatever you want to call it, and then move to the downside. So just be cautious in this range. As of now, just don't know what type of structure we could get, but it seems like it could be pretty fun in this range. Yeah, it looks nice so far. Yeah, it looks like a wedge right now. So yeah, you can draw it like that. Okay, resistance right there, and a very, very dangerous range to be trading right here if that's the case. So now let's move on to the higher time frame, right? So that's Bybit. So let's move on to the weekly basis. The weekly, right now on the weekly, we slightly turning red. It is not a bad deal. We still got like a few more days to go. So if you're trading the weekly time frame, right, give me guys 1 second. So if you're trading the weekly time frame, it doesn't look that bad. Weekly RSI doesn't look that good at all. It is not a good time right now to even like be messing with like the weekly RSI. Right now we still have to wait for the weekly RSI to flip positive over the next like a few weeks and so on. If you only like to trade BTC on the weekly basis, you still got a long way to go. You still have to wait for the next like a few weeks, because it could take time. Once again, I said it on the first dump right here. I said it could take weeks, guys, or even month. Okay, in this range, we could be in this range, and you're gonna be selling the lows, still looking for the lower prices, and you're never gonna get it. Okay, by the time you get it, you're already down like 80%, because you're gonna be selling the bottom, buying the top, selling bottom, buying the top, like and if you do that like a couple of times, you're already done, right? So best thing to do is just like buy the dips and sell the top. Nothing to lose, because weekly RSI is already negative. Okay, it's negative, so it's not like you're going to be losing anything selling the top 40Ks and higher and still looking to buy the dip again. Okay, because you're talking about the weekly basis, right? So you're not talking about like daily and all that good stuff, right? So if we pump to the upside once again, we still could push to you know, 406. If we go higher, we got the weekly 21 EMA as a resistance up to 42,861. Okay, so 0.618, we talked about 0.618 and 50% pullback right here, but not sure if we're going to be strong enough to get there. As of now, we'll need to break 406 again right now. Okay, so I wouldn't be messing buying in this range. I would only buy at or below right here, you know, at or below 31k. Okay, as of now, not try to mess with like 40k. Okay, 40k or higher, right? The sound is good, man. Hey, are you guys good? Okay, good. The sound is good. So now let's move on to the 3-day, not the 3-day, but the monthly. So monthly, you know, not looking that bad. We still got like what, 2 weeks to go, right? So not looking that bad. Okay. So let's see if we can close the monthly green. But a bullish sign is like closing the monthly above previous monthly high right here, just about like 55. That could basically flip everything. Okay, so keep an eye on the monthly basis. So quarterly basis, what we said, you know, regarding the quarterly is like, you know, it could be 50-50 as of now. If you only want to trade a BTC based on the quarterly time frame, you should not even be bearish right now. So you could be saying, okay, let's just wait, because, you know, over the next like a quarter, we could basically break above 58. That's possible. But, you know, looking at the when we look at the previous bull markets and all that good stuff, especially on our 50-day cycle, closing a 50-day cycle bearish tend to give us a, you know, a long downtrend. Okay, so we've seen it before right here, right there, right, you got one right here, one right there, right, and we're getting another one right here. So let's see. Okay, that's a macro cycle. It is not like a day trading cycle. It means like you just have to suck it up and wait for like a month to get like what you're looking for. It's like, you know, either I'm gonna be out of the market till we hit our quarterly 21 right there, just about like 15k right now. It could be trending up over the next like a few months. It could be anywhere around like, let's say 14 to 15k, give or take, right? Just like what we got right here, right there. I mean, if you you could draw an imaginary trend line right there, just like right here. Okay, so if you're trading BTC on a higher time frame, like monthly and quarterly, right, you still got a long way to wait. Okay, a long way to go. Okay, so, and you're gonna be calm, because you're gonna be like, I'm trading BTC on a monthly basis, so I'm not gonna care about like a 15% pump, 10% pump, right? Let's say you bought BTC at the quarterly 21 right here, just by like 5k, even though it dumped down to like 38, you don't care. You're like, okay, I only care about the my yellow line right here. I'm gonna buy right here, and if we turn bearish, right, even if we turn bearish at like a 30k, I can sell. And if I'm bearish right now, I can get out at like 37, and I wouldn't care. I'm still up 700%. That's what I'm saying. Like trading BTC on a macro view, right? will always give you a great return, like at least a 5 to 10x move. Okay, at least a 5 to 10x move. If you are basically trading BTC for the next like a few, you're looking for another price target for the next like 2 years, and you bearish right now, once again, you don't have to do anything. Really, you don't. I'm not saying we're gonna drop down to 15K, but all I'm saying is based on our previous, macro trends, right? We could be looking for the quarterly 21 EMA over the next like a few quarters. Okay, we don't know if we're gonna be moving sideways for the next like 3-4 quarters and dump down to the quarterly 21. That's possible. We don't know, right? But if you bearish, you just have to basically suck it up and not try to FOMO on every 5% pump. Okay, not try to FOMO on every 5% pump. Yeah, the monthly is boring. I mean, if you got like multiple accounts, you could trade like one account like on the higher time frame, right? And just suck it up, like, say, hey, one of my account, I'm already out, and I'm waiting for BTC to hit the quarterly 21. Okay, and the other accounts I'm just holding just in case it keeps on pumping, right? And doesn't basically break the last quarter lows, then I'm still gonna be in profits. But if you just have like one account, it's gonna be tough. Okay, it's gonna be tough. Okay, at least get like 2 accounts, right? Or 3 accounts. That way sometimes you're gonna forget about one account and just do it like a long-term swing, 6 months to 1 year, or even like a 2-year swing, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at Ether on a higher degree. So Ether, I wanted to talk about Ether today on a 3-day basis, not on the quarterly and all that good stuff, right? But I want to talk about Ether on a 3-day basis, right? Yeah, Ether quarterly is not even that bearish yet. So that's why it is hard right now to be very, very bearish on Ether. But if you want to wait for the quarterly, before you talk about the 3-day time frame, if you want to wait for the quarterly to be bearish, you might be selling it at a very low price, right? For instance, right there, if you wanted to wait for the entire quarter to be bearish, you might be selling it. You might be selling at like after it dropped like 80%, something like that, right? So, but if you basically just get the first bearish candle and you sell the reversal, right? You're gonna be selling somewhere around like let's say 60% down. Okay, 60% down. Imagine like you bought at like $10, $20, and you're selling at like a $700. It is still pretty good, right? Let's say you average just about like $10, right? And you say, okay, the quarterly is bearish right now, we're getting another pump, let me just sell it at closing basis. You're still up 60x. Okay, even if you sell after the close, you're still up like over 3,000%. You see what I'm saying? So right now you could say I'm gonna wait for the quarterly to flip bearish, yes, but you're gonna be waiting for another just about like a 30% drop below like a 1750, right? But if we basically take a look at it on a monthly, we already got a sign of bearishness right here on the monthly, right there. That's already bearish. So you could just say, okay, I'm gonna suck it up. Weekly 21 EMA, it is still already it's still already, but the weekly 21 EMA just flipped bearish. So monthly bearish, weekly MACD bearish, right? So I could basically just give it like 80% chance to go down. Okay, and I will see what will happen next, right? So let's take a look at the weekly right here. Even though we at the weekly 21, it could just be on a weekly basis just a bear flag right here. Okay, it doesn't matter, we could still drop down to like 18, pump back up to 26. It could just be a three-way move on the weekly basis before a potential drop down to the weekly 100 EMA right here, which is the same thing as your monthly 21 EMA, right there. Okay, just about your monthly 21 EMA. Okay, right there, just like BTC. We're waiting for the BTC monthly 21 EMA, just about like 26 right now, 26K. Ether, could be dropping down to the monthly 21 EMA. So keep that in mind over the next like a few months, right? But let's go ahead and take a look at it on a 3-day basis, right? The 3-day basis on Ether is kind of incredible. If you like to trade Ether on a 3-day basis, you could just say, whenever we basically below the 3-day 21 EMA, we tend to basically just keep on dumping. Okay, right here you can see like started trading below it, dump, right? Okay, right there, flip above it. Right here we just kept on pumping all the way up to 4K. Okay, so we actually been bullish on Ether starting from like 350, something like that, 410 area, and we pump it all the way up to like a 4,000. Okay, we did not basically try to short it at any given time during the pump from like a 4,000 to 400 to 4,000, right? But as of now, it is hard to be bullish on Ether. It doesn't mean it cannot reverse. Once again, guys, I know most traders, they're not gonna say anything, right? They're gonna be bullish, but they're not gonna say anything. But if you say, oh, we bearish, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna wait for Ether to break 4K, and I'm gonna be like, Sen, you're wrong. I told you. You said Ether is bearish. I told you we're gonna be breaking 4K. But all I'm saying is the structure is not looking great. It doesn't mean over the next like a few weeks it is not going to change. You see what I'm saying? The 3-day 21 EMA could flip bullish right here, right? Price could be above the 3-day 21. MACD could flip bullish again, and I'm going to be bullish, and we could break like 4K, and we're going to be looking for high prices after that. But as of now, it is not that hot, right? So we just have to wait for the bulls to show up. Okay, we below the 3-day 21. MACD is negative, so we just have to suck it up. Okay, we just have to suck it up right there. Okay, as you can see, as now price action started to trend above the 3-day 21, we were automatically bullish. Okay, automatic. We said do not short it right here. Even when Ether was like 400 to 500, I was telling you guys our next upside target is almost like 900, and once we break 900, we're going to be looking for like a 1330, and once we break 1330, next target 2000. After that, 2500, and after 2500, 3000, and then so on and so forth, right? But we got rejected at 4K. Now we just have to start looking down, right? Nothing wrong to look down. It's just like, some people don't like to hear anything bearish, but sometimes you just have to suck it up, man. Hey, what's up, boss? Thanks a lot for tuning in. It's been a while. Yeah, multiple time portfolios. I mean, I got some account, like sometimes I even forget, right? So, but yes, I mean, if you're just holding, they're gonna be down, but you don't care about like if they're down like for 6 to 1 year, because you're not looking for a 6-month time frame. You're looking for like a 2 years time frame. You're just gonna add to those positions and just forget about them, not try to panic or anything. Because 2 years ago, guys, we were talking about BTC back in June 2019, right? I remember exactly we were talking about BTC around like 12K, something like that, right? Now we still talking about BTC around like 40K. So in 2 years we could be talking about BTC around like 150 to 200K, right? So, and you could basically be taking profits off of those accounts that you've been holding for like 3-4 years. Yeah, so Ether, just to cut it short, right? It is bearish, right? It is bearish, right? It means like we could be buying cheaper. You know, we could be buying it cheaper. Okay, we could be buying it cheaper, right? And in terms of Fibonacci, we still above the 236, as we said, right here, just about like a 1750, and 382 going to be just about our, you know, weekly 100 EMA right there. Okay, so I think like $1,000 to you know, $1,300 Ether going to be a good range to be buying for the next like a swing to the upside, right? If we get there, right? It could be a nice swing, just like what we got right here. Okay, and it is going to be a good level to be buying for the long term also, right? If you're looking to sell your ETH around like a $15,000, $17,000, $20,000, you know, 1,300 down to a 1,000 going to be a good level to be scooping some ETHs and forget about it. Okay, can it drop lower? Yes, it can drop, but you don't care because you know the upside potential is 20x. Okay, and Ether is not going to drop you know, 10x after you know, it's not going to drop minus 10x. Like it's not going to drop like 90% after we hit like a 1,000. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to a link. So link on the higher time frame, it is also slightly bearish, not slightly but bearish. We below the 21 EMA. MACD is negative. The only thing we can call it as of now is bearish. Okay, and we already hit our weekly 100 EMA, unlike Ether and BTC, right? Link already hit the nearly the weekly 100 EMA, just about like a $14. So we could definitely retest the $15 to $14 range. That's going to be moving average price support and all-time high price support also, right? And if the sell-off is big enough, we could be looking for the next price support right here at the trend line, just about like a $8 to $10. Okay, which is like, you know, yearly low, just about a yearly low, just about like a $10. So I think $10 is reasonable. Okay, and at the same time, it is going to be around our trend line support, just about like right here. So link, first support area to look for on the higher time frame going to be $15, and after that we could be looking for the trend line support, just about like a, you know, $8 to $10 range. Okay, and we could flip positive once again if MACD flip positive on our weekly basis, price action above the 21 EMA. That could be a good signal to start like reaccumulating and not selling. Okay, I mean yes, definitely 34K, 35K for BTC is not a big deal. We could get there tonight. I'm not saying we will. What I'm saying is if you're trading the short term, 34, 35, it is still, you know, in play. 40K, 42, definitely still in play. So the range of 35 to 45 could be, you know, just a short term trading range. Okay, right here, right there, and right here. It is you know, short-term trading range. Okay, so you can be both right. You can get both targets, but you know, you might get them at different timing. Okay, you could get this one first and get that one, right? Or you could get this one and get this one. So you just have to plan it right? But just because someone is quoting for 34 doesn't mean like they're going to be eventually wrong. Okay, if they say, hey, you know, we're going to hit 34 first, yes, they could be wrong if we hit like a 46. right? But if they just wait for 34, they can still get their 34 after BTC hit like a 46, drop back down to 34 and still retest 40K again. So it could be very complex, just like what happened right here, right there. Okay, so right there, so you can see like BTC was right here, just about like a 40. If you've been waiting for like a 34, you know, if you wait long enough, you're gonna get it. Okay, you're gonna get it. Or if you've been waiting for 30K when BTC was at 40, 40K, you're still gonna get it, but you just have to wait longer. You see what I'm saying? So you just have to wait long, and you still got again 40K after basically hitting 31K, right? So you just have to be cautious about your direction. Yeah, because the thing is like some people are short-term minded and they just look for one price level. Okay, for instance, they're just gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna be waiting for 34K. But if you buy at 34K, what is your next plan? What is your next like what's your plan? Like what is you looking for? Are you looking to sell at 60K or are you just looking to hold? You see what I'm saying? Because you can still hit 35 once again, drop down and still go back to 40K and still go down lower. Okay, but if you're short-term trading, you just suck it up, you buy the dip and you just wait. Okay, you just wait, because you know at some point you're going to be right and you're going to sell at 40K again. Okay, if it drops lower, you buy again, you're going to get a good average right here. If you don't like it, you can get out at your 32 average, or you just wait to make some profit and get out right there. But that's all about short-term trading, right? All right, guys, I'm going to take, hey, what's up, Pablo? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Pablo Crypto, not Pablo Escobar. Let's take a look at some of your alt requests. USB BTC rect. We don't have a USB BTC. Now we have a USB BTC rect. Hey, what's up, Tariq? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Gizmo, thanks a lot for tuning in. We got the sound good right now, so. Hey, what's up, Chirac? It was kind of funny though. No sound for like 20 minutes. XRP, let's go ahead and take a look at XRP. XRP been quiet. XRP been quiet. It's been quiet like over the last 2 weeks. Price average just about like a 89 cents, right? So so XRP, I like the setup in terms of a potential reversal, but since like market is kind of bearish, it is hard to flip bullish right now. Looking at BTC macro structure, right? But XRP, if you're still bullish, right, this move right here, it is a bullish pattern. Okay, It is a double top, double bottom, and then you got your another double top, double bottom right here, a potential triple bottom. We could definitely break out and break the $1, okay? But market has to agree with the setup right here, okay? If the overall market trend is down, it could definitely fail, and you could just look at it as a potential you know, wedge pattern right here, right? And we could just break to the downside and retest the bottom right here before making any upside potential move, right? So but let's see if like we're going to be breaking the support right here or the resistance right there. If we break the resistance, we could look for a higher time frame resistance, right, which is going to be our weekly resistance. Weekly resistance, right? It is just about like right here, 94 cents closing resistance, and price resistance up to like $1.10. Okay, so if you're looking for a resistance for XRP, not macro but higher time frame resistance, you could be looking for up to $1.10. And closing basis prices, right, you could be looking for 94 cents, right? Yeah, it doesn't it is moving nicely, but it just moves very slow, unless like you catch if you can catch these like impulsive waves like right there, just like we caught on Ethereum. You could basically catch that one, like a, you know, 15-17% quick move right there, 18% drop there. You know, we got this flat correction also, but I'm not sure how impulsive it is going to be, right? Thanks a lot, boss, for the tip. I will get a new mic. I got a mic. I just need to fix my USB port. Maybe I need just to update those drivers. Hey, what's up, Strengths? Hey, what's up, Miss Elvira? Thanks a lot for tuning in, Miss Elvira. Just tell grandma don't buy the top. Tell grandma to buy the dips, okay? Can I check Tether? I can check Tether, man. Tether never get wrecked. Let's take a look at Bitcoin Cash for Boss. Boss, it's been a while, man. Where you been at? So Bitcoin Cash pretty much similar to XRP, right? Kind of bearish right here slightly, right there with this double top, double bottom. But it could still the show and push back up. Okay, it could still the show and give us a fake out. MACD right here, it is not negative yet, right? Even though we got a bearish pattern right there, MACD it is still positive. So if we break the top right here, it could basically steal the show, and you could, if you're looking for a short-term trade, you could just say, let me suck it up, right? And look for 0.618 right there. So 0.618 going to be just about like the 6 hour 100 EMA, and we haven't retested it yet. Okay, so it is just about like 680. So which is a nice short-term trade, right? That's a nice 11%, man. Okay, quick. Okay, a nice bullish divergence right here, right? So it played out beautifully. Price action above the 6 hour 100 EMA. This is one of my top setup, like one of my best, one of my most successful setup. Okay, so price action above the 21 EMA after a bullish divergence right here, right? Sometimes it fails, but you know, that's how market works, right? So, and you got a nice 10% move, even though it dipped back down, you know, you still got your 10%. Okay, 6 hour bullish MACD, right? Price action above the 21 EMA most of the time can give you a nice good pump, right? And sometimes let's take a look at it on Link. I think we got the same setup on Link last week or this week. I think like Sunday or something like that, when Link was around like $20. We did get a 4 to 6 hour bullish MACD right here. Link, same setup, right there. Price action above the MACD, right? Price action above the 21. It did give us a nice 13% pump. I was expecting the rejection to be around right around like a 25 and a half, but it did pump like to nearly 26. Okay, so if you caught it, you know, it is a good setup to just have in a toolbox, you know, that way whenever you see it, you're going to be ready for. We also got one on XLM right here, right? Double bottom right here, right? Price action above the 201 EMA, but as you can see right here, sometimes like I said, right, it can fail just like on XLM. But still, if you put a stop loss just below the breakout range right here, you're still in. Okay, so right there on XLM, nice bullish divergence, right? Price action pump above the 21. BTC dump, so XLM could not pump, so XLM needed to retrace lower. But if you take a look at it in terms of structure, you got a nice, you know, I love this setup. Okay, and if you even remember, like a couple of weeks ago on Ethereum, I was telling you, like in our live analysis, like Ethereum, when Ethereum was like making this move, right? See, Ethereum was making this move. Ethereum was somewhere around here, so I was like, we can still pump right back up to like a 2850 and drop right back down to a retest the 2250, and you know, form the double top, double bottom. And after that, we're going to take a look at it, right? Exactly, that's what happened. I don't know if you guys remember or not, right? Got the push back to the downside, to the upside, and retest the bottom. And we also talk about it on waves, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at waves. Take a look at wave, right? When waves, I remember somebody was saying I'm heavy on waves, right? Wave was right there, so I was like, once we hit the bottom right here, you don't need to be bearish, because you're already gonna get a potential double top, double bottom, and it could basically try to reverse. Okay. And if you want to take a look at it in terms of a triangular formation, it already broke out right here. So waves is looking quite good right now. Okay, can we get the breakout? That's possible. 1-to-1 extension to the upside right there. It's going to be just about like a $22. If bulls can push to the upside, That's just about like a 50% pullback, which is, you know, quite normal to push back up or push back down 50%, right? Depending on which direction you're looking at. So, but it all started with this bullish pattern, which is like a double top double bottom. Okay, and for most alt, that's how we started actually our bullish reversal back in December for like you know, for most of our alt, right? I don't know if yes, it got the same structure right here also back then. If you take a look at it, the move right here, right? I remember like you know, not EGLD, but TRB, BZRX, you know, were making the same structure in this range. Okay. And we got the same structure right here. Right here also. Pushed it upside, but still retested it. So I wouldn't FOMO. So if you think like you missed it, you can still get this move down, right down to retest like a $13. Okay. Thanks a lot, J Boss. Yeah, data was a it had a bullish pattern. Sometimes these low cap alt, you know, sometimes you get very unlucky, and you can hold them for like a month before you get your 5-10x moves, right? Sometimes you get lucky enough, like a 2-3 weeks, and they pump. You see what I'm saying? But the main thing is like just to recognize the pattern. You see what I'm saying? Recognize the bullish pattern and willing to wait. I don't give like a time analysis. I don't say like, you know, we're gonna pump like next week. But sometimes you get very overconfident, and you know, you say, okay, we could pump like very soon, but you know, we just have to be cautious with those type of you know, remark, like, you know, soon or very soon, or like we're gonna pump right now, stuff like that, right? Talking about data, let's take a look at data. Can't find data on 0x. Yeah, data, when we talk about data, was like a long time ago, right? So as you can see, it did pump all the way up to the 600 to 700 right here. And when we talk about data, was like, guys, right here back in March, right? So we talk about data, it pumped it upside, retested the bottom right here. So if you give up, you know, you're not gonna get the 700 target, okay? And we still got $1,000 1,000 sats target right there, okay? So, but we will take a look at it again once we cool off over the next like a few weeks. That could take like a few weeks again, like maybe like, you know, before end of the year, you know, to retest the 1,000 sats, right? So we talk about Digibyte, when Digibyte was like right there, just by like 80 sats. As you can see, we did pump all the way up to like a 300 sats, okay? Right there. So as of now, it doesn't seem like Digibyte is, you know, looking to reverse as of now, but we will wait and see if we can basically retest the, you know, drop box right here, and then basically get the U-turn, right? Hey, what's up? Okay. Hey, what's up, Craig? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Am I bullish or bearish? I mean, macro wise, I'm still looking for a downtrend, right? Some more downtrend, right? Short term, we could be in this range of 30 to 40K, okay? So short term, it is hard to tell, right? But because it is sideways correction. But on the macro view, we could hit the monthly 21, That's what I'm looking for, the monthly 21 EMA. And if we get a breakout, I will basically just ignore the monthly 21. Let's go back to BTC for Craig Jenkins. So on the higher time frame, right? I'm just looking for the monthly 21 first support, next support actually, right? Right, just about like right now it is just about like 26.3. I'm expecting it to be right around like a 27k, 27 and a half next month. So that's going to be the range to look for. But people are just gonna stick to 25k. So just stick to 25k, right? So 25 to 26 as of now on the higher time frame, right? Next support range. Okay, and after that we're going to take a look at the potential breakout we could get back to, you know, 40k or even 50k depending on volatility and all that good stuff. If it fails to a break above a key level, right, or levels, we're going to be looking for, you know, a potential capitulation down to the quarterly 21. It's easy, guys, easy, very easy. Okay, so our next two biggest price target going to be monthly 21 and quarterly 21, or if you don't like to say quarterly 21, you just could say weekly 200 MA. It is going to be approximately the same thing, right? So very easy guys, and you're going to be relaxed over the next few months. You got personally, okay, two big targets, monthly 21, quarterly 21. That's it. Short term, we can trade the range 34, you know, 35, 40k and all that good stuff, right? No hassle, no, we don't need like a, you know, a price analysis like every single hour, you know. It's just gonna confuse us. Yeah, but if we just stick like, you know, to our higher time frame buy range, just like what we did at 31k, everybody was calling for what, you know, 25. We didn't care about 25. We said we're gonna buy at our, you know, 3 weeks 21 EMA, and we're just gonna wait after that. But if you zoom into too close, right, you're gonna be, you know, you're gonna be panicking when BTC is dropping like on the hourly basis, man. Those drops, man, can drive you crazy, man. Everything gonna be red. So right here, request, we're not breaking out yet. Still looking for the July, August, you know, 2020 highs, right? It is almost a year right now, guys, since like we hit our, you know, July 17, 20, July, just like mid-July 2020. So we got this double bottom right here, so we can still break out to the upside. So request, it is still a hold as of now, okay? So we've seen this type of moves like when we get the breakout right here and retest the mid range, and then all of a sudden pump to the upside, you know. If you bought the dip right here, I don't think that we talked about request when it was right here. I think we talked about request when it was like a 150 or like a, you know, below 200, right? So it is just about like average right now versus BTC. So if you don't like it, you could get out on the next pump, but it looks like over the next few weeks it could get the job done, because that's the level we're going to be looking for later on, like almost like a 1000 sats, right? So yeah, guys, so I mean, my best advice is like to just stay with the you know, be like at least 50 to 60% macro, and 30 to 40%, you can be like a midterm, and 10% you could be like a short term. But don't be like all in short term, all out short term. It's just gonna drive you crazy. Okay. Let's take a look at Nano. In Nano, we got the double top, double bottom, hit target right here, just about like the 3,000. Seems like we're gonna get, we're gonna get into trouble for Nano, but okay, we got a trend line support right here. If we break it, we could definitely get into trouble over the next like a few weeks. Okay. But I like the the range right here for Nano. Back in 2019 April, we traded it live. I remember we traded Nano right here with this pattern. You can check it out on my channel right back then. Right here, we were calling for a breakout to the upside, and it did break out to the upside, like right around like a 33,000. That's the same level we just got rejected at, right? So it took nearly 2 years, okay, over 2 years to get back up to the same range. That's quite impressive, right? In terms of BTC dominance, right? So BTC been killing this alt. Litecoin is making some noise. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin on the macro. Yeah, Litecoin on the macro viewer, we got our weekly 21 EMA just about like a 192, 193 for a potential resistance if we break out to the upside, right? We already hit our weekly 100 EMA, which is the same thing as our monthly 21, give or take, right? If you switch it to your monthly 21, right, your weekly 100 EMA is your monthly 21. That's why when price action is below your weekly 100 EMA, you just have to buy the dip and wait for like a few weeks to get to collect profits, right? But Litecoin is not yet below the monthly 21, and 50% pullback could be around like $100 if we break below it. So $100 Litecoin going to be just about like 50% pullback. Okay, next trading range. Doesn't mean it cannot break it, but I'm saying like a trading range. It could be anywhere around like a $80 to 110, just like what we got right here. We dump all the way down to 120, but pump right back up to $200. So the trading range is 120 up to basically up to $200. So if you can catch it right there somewhere around like $80 and wait for the next like a few weeks after that, you could collect like a potential 30 to 40% gains, right? Something like that, or even 60%, right? But you have to know you're buying at the macro level, because when price, like I said, when price is dropping on an hourly basis, it doesn't care about macro. So you have to be mentally ready and saying, okay, Litecoin is at $100. How it is, how does it look on the macro view? Oh, it is at 50% pullback, so I have to suck it up and buy for the next like a few weeks, right? And right after you buy, it could dump lower and you're going to be panicking, but you still have to remember you bought at macro level, so it doesn't matter if it drops like a 15-20%. It's going to come back right back up. It's going to pump right back up to the support, right, or resistance, whatever you want to call it. Hey, what's up? Hey, Tyro, thanks a lot for tuning in, man, for all that good stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at ADA on the macro. So ADA macro viewer, we slightly starting to turn bearish. It is not strongly bearish yet. It is looking very strong, right? However, guys, it always, okay, these bearish setups always starts with a very strong top formation setup where you're going to be like, okay, it's not going to break out. It's not going to break out to the downside, right? It looks pretty strong, okay? But to be ready on the higher time frame, if we see ADA at 382 just by like 65 cents, that's going to be a strong buy, okay, for a for another big swing to the upside. The weekly 100 EMA just about like 52 cents, and monthly 21 EMA you would expect it to be like right around like a 52 to 62. It is right now at 62 cents. Okay, so the volume is kind of low right now, right? So but it looks pretty strong on the monthly. Nothing is showing like a potential breakout to the downside. But remember, monthly doesn't care. It just like a dump, right? So you have to basically zoom out first. Zoom in first, right? To the lower degree, which is a weekly, and so on. And if we break below the weekly 21, we just have to suck it up. The next big support, weekly 100 EMA and 382 pullback Fibonacci, okay, which is 52 cents in terms of a weekly 100 EMA. In terms of Fibonacci, right, just about like a 64 cents. So, but as you know, okay, if we get a bearish setup, we gotta get a bullish setup, right? The bullish setup, it is going to be just to break above the resistance 233. Okay, a breakout, a weekly close above like a 233, 234 could basically send us to the moon, right? So we still got an option to still be bullish, okay? But we know we don't want to play with our MACD on our weekly time frame being bearish, okay? We don't want to play with it. Let's not fool ourselves, right? On top of that, on a 3-day basis, we got a divergence right here. We don't want to look back in like a, in like a 2 to 3 weeks and saying like, oh man, look at, man, we did have a three-day bearish divergence right there. Why I did not basically call it, stuff like that, right? So it's there. We just have to suck it up and call it, okay? And if it fails, it's not, we can't do anything about it. It's there, we just call it. Can it fail? Yes. See? Capiche? Who in the world is this? Somebody spamming the group. Alright, let's go ahead and check Matic. think Matic hit the weekly, not the weekly, but the 3-day 21. So Matic, as we said, right, last time when I think somebody was saying, oh, I want to buy Matic right now at $2. I was like, man, look, you can buy it at $2, but I think you could get it cheaper waiting for the bigger time frame support, weekly, you know, not weekly, but 3-day 21, you know, and you could get a nice move back up. However, you know, you just have to suck it up. If you bought at 3-day 21, not weekly, right now it pumped nicely. Take a look at it. Pump nicely, like nearly 36%, right? So if it breaks the 3-day 21, the next support area in terms of moving average going to be just about like 52 cents, like 3-day 100 EMA. Okay, 3-day 100 EMA. It's not gonna drop straight down right here. It could take temporary supports, but eventually you could be looking for the 3-day 100 EMA or even like 35 cents. We talked about 35 cents, but I would focus first on the 52 and basically add again at 35 cents if it drops that low, right? And resistance, it is still, you know, the 250, right? 250. Take a look at it on the weekly. Yeah, we're still above the weekly 21 still, okay? So weekly MACD is still not negative, right? So right, it could basically just bridge below it. All right, we got some Shiba Moon boys. We got some spammers spamming the chart. OMG got a nice setup on the lower degree, but not sure if it's gonna break out. Let's see on the lower degree. We talked about the setup on. I'm expecting, you know, the same type of setup on QTUM also. So QTUM, it is a good hold, just like OMG, beautiful wedge pattern. You could look for a potential head and shoulder right there if it drops lower, but let's see what will happen. Okay, it is above the 6-hour 21. It was above the 6-hour 21 right here after the bullish divergence. The bullish divergence was on the 4-hour actually, not on the 6-hour. Was stronger on the 4-hour, so the entry was right there. Really, if you basically played it, if you wanted to play it well, you would be entering right there. Okay, you still got a 10% move out of it. So just need to continue the breakout, right? MACD on the 4-hour time frame did not cross bearish, even though BTC dumped a lot. So 6-hour basically still looking strong. So 6-hour 100 EMA right here going to be resistance or 50% pullback right there. Just like QTUM. Check QTUM right here. So QTUM basically push above the 21 EMA, but as you can see, it dumped right back down 50%, right? But the bullish crossover, it is still in play, and it is on a 6-hour basis, right? So it looks pretty good, right? It means that we could get a very strong move from QTUM right here. Okay, just need to get back above the 21 EMA, right? Unless we do something like this and then push to the upside, it is still going to be okay. Even if we drop back down to like a 750, it is still going to be a good hold, because you know it is going to give us the bigger divergence right there, where MACD going to, you know, retest the lows right here, and we're going to get the reversal. So sometime you know, you could be anticipating the push to be above the 21 EMA. But you know, sometimes you could drop down to retest the trend line support right here, which is going to be aggressive, but you know, could be doing something like that, right? Which is going to be a bigger, a bigger move, almost like a 50%, right? But we need to break now the 21 EMA, just about $9 right now. Gosh, could get our 20% move. Ava. So it will break out. We just don't know when, but it will break out. We got the trend line resistance right there. So keep an eye on your resistance. We got a potential wedge pattern right here, right? So it could give us a three-way move, another drop right here before a push back up, or you know, we could just get the short-term, inverse head and shoulder and break out to the upside, right? But no 6-hour MACD so far, so that's what's corner. Yeah, you could call it right here. We got a bigger divergence right here on the 6-hour, just like BTC. Okay, actually. So, but resistance just about like a 350, so another 15% move, right? 20% move. Support right there, just about like a 260, right? 270. Support right here. And resistance right there. In a short term, right? Hey guys, make sure to hit the likes. If you just joined the Send Crypto live stream, make sure to hit the likes, man, if you enjoy the content, right? And we're gonna go to the moon. BTC is back above 38,967. Still need to wait, guys. Still need to wait after this rejection. Still need to wait. You don't want to rush it, guys. You don't want to rush it. Either short in it or long in it. Because we've seen it, we've seen it right here, right? After the dump, we basically push back up, okay? After the dump right here, we push back up. So you just have to wait. Just have to wait. You could still get a similar structure just like that right here, somewhere around here, over the next like a few days. Okay, where you're gonna get this push, this down, this push, and then get this down. So be patient, be patient. Otherwise, you know, we all gonna be, I mean, as a trader, we're all gonna be calling for all kind of numbers in a short term after every candle, you know. I actually just woke up. Maybe that's why. Okay. Yeah, we back up above 39K. That's good news for the bears and for the bulls. For, you know, most bears saying like, oh man, I missed the 40K short. So they want BTC to pump back up really, so they can short it. And bulls like, man, I want to get out. Let's push back up. I mean, I'm not saying like we're lucky enough to get out at 40K range, but you know, because it can still break 40K, and you're gonna be like, man, I should have waited. But sometimes you just have to suck it up and make the try to make the right decision. Man, excellent. We need to break above 33 now. And if we break above 33, that could be a moonshot. Be a 15% move. Hey, what's up, Jimmy? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Thanks a lot for tuning in, Jimmy. I'm Shiba millionaire. I mean, I need to get some sheep too, man. I was saying like I'm gonna buy some. I've been procrastinating and still waiting. I will get some. Just to have it on the background, not just to get it to get wrecked, but just to buy to hold it, because we're gonna get wrecked. So I'm pretty sure if we're gonna be in the bear market, sheep gonna dump so hard, man. Like I'm telling you, man, telling you, it's kind of like these Dogecoin moon boys. When Dogecoin was like right around like 70 cents. I got everybody's calling me like, man, I want to buy some Dogecoin. I was like, man, look, better get away from Dogecoin for now, at least, right? Wait a bit. It's too hot right now. And like, man, I got it around like 70 cents. I got it around like 68. I was like, what? For most of the time, like for new people to crypto, right? Newbies, I try not to direct them to anything else but BTC and Ethereum. That's it. But you know, you're trying to tell someone to buy like trying to tell a friend to buy you know, Shiba or like you know, Dogecoin and something like that. You're just trying to get them wrecked. Yes, they can make money in a short term, but you knowing like the long-term game, you know they're gonna get wrecked. Okay. But people are gonna tell you like, man, I put $300 on Dogecoin and I made like $5,000. You know, and you're like, okay, that's good. So you can't tell them like not to buy. You just have to, you know, tell them to be cautious. because market will always give you profits most of the time, right? You know, when you're a newbie, okay? Because when you're a newbie, newbies don't get into the market like when market is like red, like 90% down, right? Newbies always get into crypto when market is like hot, like near the top. That's why they all will make, not all, but most of them will make profits, right? Even if it's going to be like a 2 weeks, 3 weeks profits, right? They're going to make some profit because they don't tend to buy when things are boring. You see what I'm saying? Like right now, things are starting to be boring. Then no one will be buying crypto right now, right? Everyone want to be waiting, okay? But once BTC breaks above 100K, 150K, and Ethereum is like 15,000, 10,000, people are going to be buying Ethereum. See what I'm saying? Or like buying Shiba when Shiba is around like $1, they're going to be calling for like a $10. I'm just joking, man. But kind of like buying Dogecoin around like a 70 cents, expecting to get $1. That's only like what, less than 50% pump, right? If you're long enough in crypto, if you've been long enough in crypto, like these suckers can pump like 50% in 1 hour. So you're not going to be buying Dogecoin at 70 cents trying to sell it at $1. You see what I'm saying? So you're just gonna suck it up and say, I mean, I'll wait till sucker drop 95%. Yeah, man, like everyone, man, like I got friends like back in 2017 when I was telling them to buy Ethereum, like Litecoin, Bitcoin, and all that good stuff. They didn't listen to me, and they telling me, man, how can I get Dogecoin right now? I'm like, man, look, you better get out of here, man. I told you buy Ethereum, like Ethereum was like, $150, and you didn't listen. Now you're telling me to buy Dogecoin after it's pumped like 100x. Come on. But I didn't say that, right? I just kind of laugh and say, man, stay away from that sucker. Just buy Ethereum, man. You got rug pulled, farming Titan. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Yeah, I mean, going back to BTC, the structure right here looks very, very nice. Like in term of like bottom formation, it looks really, really nice, man. It's just like the higher time frame doesn't agree yet about a reversal. But if we go back, like back in 2019, December 2019, we got the same exact structure, and I remember saying like, don't short BTC below 7K, right? Don't short BTC below 7K, right here. In terms of structure, you can see like, I remember the structure exactly and how we played it out. Okay, I mean, we got into trouble on the way up the entire month of January. And we look back, I think that was like Jason, if I remember well. And after the monthly close, right? I think that was like January, the first month of 2019, right? We look back and we're like, man, look, we shorted an entire monthly candle. But the good news is like, we kept on shorting the sucker all the way down to like 3.8, right? But we got into trouble right here on this move right there, okay? But that was like, we started shorting the lower degree and all that, and did not pay attention to the macro view. Even though the macro view was saying like we're still gonna drop, it's just like the support at the monthly 200 EMA was so strong you know, you're short at the monthly 21 EMA, you're most likely going to get into trouble over the next like a few weeks after that if you don't get out quickly. Okay, as you can see right here. Okay, so but going back to the structure, you know, it looks exactly the same. Okay, it looks exactly the same. Right here, looks exactly the same. And I think we talked about it like a few weeks ago. We talked about it like right here. Okay, we talked about it also right here. I showed you, you know, the structure we got right here and right there, and I was like, we could be repeating, you know, replicating the same exact structure again, and that's exactly what we're doing. Exactly, guys. So just have to be cautious, right, and not be overly bearish, and still hold some BTC just in case we break out above the you know, these key resistance levels, and then we just have to flip bullish, right? Yeah, it looks exactly like the 3K bottom also, right? The reason why I remember these setups is like I traded these setups live. I did a lot of, you know, I made a lot of, you know, videos. Okay, back then I remember when everyone was calling for $1,800 Bitcoin, I was calling for 5K BTC right there. If you've been following me long enough, the rejection from the 100 EMA right here, I called it like live. Okay, said it's gonna drop down, it's gonna move sideways, it's gonna pump to the upside, exactly as we got right here. That's what I was saying. We're gonna get rejection right here, move sideways, drop, rejection right here, move sideways, drop, reverse. Exactly, guys. Called it, man, called it. Go back and check my videos, like, you know, February 24th 2019. I remember exactly right here. Okay, and especially like March 20th 2019 also, I was calling for this breakout, and everybody was like, oh man, we're gonna dump 1800. I was like, man, we're going to 5-6K, and 5-6K I was calling for, you know, 10K, and 7K I was calling for 14K. That's a wedge breakout right here, just like how Robin likes them. And bears got into trouble calling this a, you know, wedge pattern again, and it broke out to the upside. Yep, same setup. So just be ready. We got the same type of structure, you know, in this range also, but right around the 11K, we did not try to mess with bearishness. We just flipped bullish, right? So quickly. So right here, it is going to be possibly the same scenario. If things basically want to flip bullish right here, we're most likely going to just flip bullish, and we could potentially get a 3-day bullish MACD by then, and that could confirm the uptrend, right? So still have to wait for our 3-day MACD still, right? So that's why even though the daily is looking great right there, 2-day is looking nice, right? The 3-day has to join the party. Okay, it has to. Okay, it has to. Even if you buy it higher, you're gonna buy it higher with, you know, confidence. You're not gonna be buying it higher thinking like it's gonna dump, right? Right there, right? That's the 3-day time frame after we flip bullish. As you can see, price action pump above the 21 EMA. Yes, if you buy, you're gonna buy at 7K, but you're gonna sell at 10K. So I'm saying, the 3K area, yes, MACD, you know, flip positive, right? You wait for price action to be above the 21 EMA, the breakout above the 21 EMA, you can basically flip positive, right? Say, hey, it's done. We're going to the moon, right? Even though you're going to buy higher, once again, but you're going to buy higher with higher confidence, right? So right here, if we take a look at it on the higher time frame, right, 3-day, we're not yet above the 21, right? And MACD, it is still negative, so we can still stay, you know, stay bearish, right, till we get our MACD right here to flip positive and we get price action to break out above the 21 EMA, right? And we just don't know if the breakout gonna be at, you know, at or around like a 40K. It could be somewhere around like right here, like 33, because 21 EMA could drop down here, right? You see what I'm saying? After the price dumps down to like a 26, 25, give or take, and we're gonna get the breakout right here, and MACD could do something like that, breakout right there. You see what I'm saying? So we still got plenty of time, even though we're gonna, once again, most people want to buy the dips, like not buy the dips, but most people want to buy the bottom, but sometimes you cannot just buy the bottom. Okay, you just have to forget about the bottom and just focus on the reversal, because in like 2 years time frame, right, 30K will be so tiny compared to the future price of BTC. Kind of like, you know, a good example is like if we go back to early 2019, 2 years ago, when BTC was above the 3-day 21, right, after MACD was positive, right? Yes, you're going to be buying at 4K, but guess what? Right now you're going to be selling at where? 40K. That's 10x. You see what I'm saying? You did not buy at 3K. You did not buy at 31K, right? 32, not 31K, but 32, you know, 3,100, right? 3,300, you know, 3,400. You're going to be buying above 4,000, but you're going to be selling over 10x. Do you see what I'm saying? So even if you buy at 445, right, 50,000, you might be selling at 500,000 over the next like 2 years. I'm not saying it's going to be at 500,000, but all I'm saying is you're gonna get a great return if you wait long enough after. Okay, assuming like we're gonna reverse from this point, right? I'm just speculating, right? Don't go ahead and break the banks, right? Could do something like that, right? And price action gonna do something like that, right? And you could still be buying at 36K, somewhere around like 36K, assuming, okay? But it could be something like that too, right? You see what I'm saying, right, guys? And even if we dump right here down to like a monthly 21, right there, we can still pump back above the 21 EMA at some point, right there. And then you're gonna buy the breakout, regardless of the price, regardless of the timing, regardless of anything else. Okay, you just buy the breakout above the 21 EMA after MACD is positive, right? If that's the scenario we're gonna get, right? Can I long Luna? I don't know. Thanks a lot, J-Boss. I mean, I'm holding BTC. I'm holding BTC. I'm not even, like I said, people got different accounts, right? You got a long-term account, you got a, you know, short-term account, you got a medium-term account, right? So you use your short-term account to fill up your long-term account, meaning like you take your short-term trading gains and you add it to your long-term hold. Do you see what I'm saying? Right, like, well, let's say I'm not buying BTC at 40K, right? For instance, right? For whatever reason, you don't want to buy BTC at 40K, you want to buy at 30K, okay? If you buy at 30K, right, you add it to your what? Your long-term hold, okay? And say, I'm not going to sell it till BTC is around like, 300K, right? Something like that, right? Oh, you can basically long BTC at 30K, like what we just did, right? Buy at 30K, sell at 40K, right? And wait again to buy again at 30K. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about being bearish or bullish, right? Because BTC is bullish, like on the macro view. It doesn't matter if you're bearish or bullish, right? On the macro view, it is still going to be making higher lows, right? If you take a look at it on a quarterly basis, right? It's been making higher lows, right? It doesn't matter, if we bearish or not. Take a look at it right here: $200, $3,000, $4,000. It could be $14,000 the next low. You see what I'm saying? So it really doesn't matter. And after that, we could be going like to 250, 300K, drop back down to like a 30,000, right? Stuff like that. Just speculating, okay? Hey guys, make sure to hit the likes, okay, and share the content, right? And we're gonna go to the moon. Look at this sucker, is so bearish, man. So bearish on a quarterly basis. I think the only thing looking great on the quarterly is Ethereum, right? That's the only thing looking great. But guys, within the next 2 weeks, if we close below 1880, right, 1890, which is like quarterly open, right? Actually 1919, right, which is a 1999. That's a quarterly open, right? If we close below it, gosh, could be nasty, man. But we okay. We know exactly where we're gonna buy at, right? So we're not worried. Let's see, Ethereum quarterly 21 at $600. Yeah, our Ethereum next resistance, we talk about it, right? 4,000. In our premium, we said take profits right here because we could dump, right? And we're going to be buying the dip. But the next macro target regarding Ethereum is like almost 7,000 to 8,000 once we break the 4,000 range. Okay, we're going to be looking for like 7,000 to 8,000. But it could take years to get there. I just don't know. Okay, but we're just gonna basically and then we got a 16,000, 18,000 target, but we're gonna have to basically reaccumulate first. Okay, so if you short-term trading Ethereum, that's not for you. Okay, like 7,000, 8,000 target, it's not for you. Okay, but if you basically long-term trading Ether, buying for the next macro target, this setup is for you. Okay, you're gonna have to buy the dip for the 7,000, 8,000, and 16,000. But if you're short-term trading, like 2,500, 2,200 range, you don't care about this. Don't look at this chart, right? So the BTC down doesn't look bad at all. If we break the support level right here, it means like we're going to be bullish on BTC. So if we break below this support, it means like BTC could be breaking 42K. Okay, however, if we break out to the upside right here, it means like we're going to be retesting the low 30k. So you need to watch the BTC down. So and I'm watching it, okay, myself, right? So a retest of the trend line right here means like BTC could retest 41k, okay? If we reverse, then we're going to be dropping down low on BTC. So basically that's the opposite. So we could get this move on BTC, while the BTC down going to be making this move to the downside. Do you see what I'm saying? What are those pink line? I don't know which pink line you're talking about. You gotta tell me which chart. Are you talking about BTC? Are you talking about this stuff right here? That's your MACD right here. I think that's what you're talking about, right? That's your MACD, okay? If you talk about these, I don't know if you want to call it pink or red, whatever you want to call it. I might be colorblind, right? But I think it's red, right? That's just your histogram, okay? So it means like when your MACD is negative, your histogram gonna basically turn negative, giving you you know, signal a potential downtrend signal, depending on which time frame you're looking at, okay? Sometimes they can be red, like for instance right here, okay? But price action just gonna be pumping back up, so you have to use it with different indicators and all that good stuff. You can't just go you know, negative right here and you're gonna be like, oh, I'm gonna short the whole market, stuff like that, right? So I think that's what you mean, right? The MACD. And the best way to use the MACD, it is just like using it on a you know, using your MACD bullish divergence and bearish bullish divergence and bearish divergence, right? But if you don't use it like based on like you know, negative downtrend, unless you use it on, unless you want to use it on a higher time frame, like a, you know, 2 day, 3 day and stuff like that. Sometimes like weekly time frame, that for instance for BTC, weekly time frame doesn't have time to give you like a negative divergence, right? So if you're waiting for a weekly time frame to give you a negative divergence, right, you're gonna be waiting forever. I'm not saying it will never happen, right? But most of the time for BTC weekly, whenever it, you know, starts trending down, it just, you know, get the job done, right? Like that, get the job done. But on the hourly basis, you could be very skillful, right? Let's take a look at a good example on 1 inch and why. So 1 inch right here, even though it is pushing back up, right here, I call for a short on 1 inch, right there. Okay, take a look at your MACD, right? We did get a negative divergence right here, which is this white line right there, and price action made a higher, right? So if you caught it on time, you could have entered the short right here, but I caught it late, right? I caught it like right around, like I think like right here, like a 374, something like that, right? So you know, you can basically take advantage of these moves. It is a negative divergence. You know, you recognize it early, you basically just short the sucker, right? Especially after the break below the 21 EMA right there. Okay, right now it is looking to flip bullish again, price action above the 21 EMA. So you just have to you know, put a stop loss and manage position and let it do the work. But the downside potential down to like a 315, it is still on. It could take a while, right? It could move sideways and all that good stuff, right? Till we basically break above the $4 range to basically invalidate the downside potential, right? But especially you know, the second bearish crossover right here, that's one of the most important. The first crossover, you don't want to mess with it, right? If you short right after the crossover right here, you could be in trouble because you just don't know how long the divergence is going to last. Okay, because you always want to wait, you know, till price action at least retest the top, okay, with a second crossover. It doesn't have to be a second crossover, but it is a plus if you get a second crossover. Okay, a good example is, another one is like a Filecoin, a setup we took last week. So we bought Filecoin around like $72, $75, and we were looking for the 88 long, right? It pumped all the way up to over $100, and we look for the short down to 72. If you go ahead and take a look at File, sometimes it is not easy to get those, you know, those round trip setups. I like to call them round trip because you long them and then after that you short them, right? So Filecoin, we started the setup right here. Okay, just like a 1 inch, right? So right after the negative divergence right there, it wasn't even a strong negative divergence, but I could have I was just anticipating it. I was like, okay, we could retest the top right here. Okay, and at the same time we did have a I remember we did have a you know, a descending triangle formation, right, with the negative divergence. Even though, I mean, the divergence was, it wasn't a divergence, but we did have a head and shoulder also inside the descending triangle, right? I was like, okay, the move right here could try to reverse, and if that's the case, we could just retest the top, right? And if we retest the top, it is still going to be a short. But you know, we said you know, short it right here just about like a mid 95, and just, you know, look for, you know, the mid range right here just about like a 73 to 82. Okay, yeah, right after the pushback up right here, it created another bullish divergence right here. So I was like, guys, we got another bullish divergence, right? So it means we're gonna be we could retest the mid $90, right? So it did that exactly, but it was just a fake out right here. Not a fake out, but a weak pullback, right? Because the overall market sentiment was already bearish. Even though if you get a bullish divergence, it might not play out strongly. Okay, so that's exactly what happened right here. So we just stayed with the trend and we took it all the way down to like a 73. Okay, it was like a nice 20%, right? Yeah. So, but I think like MACD 6 hour is one of the best time frame to use hourly. If you can basically you know, if you're patient, right? Not patient, but if you can control emotion, because the hourly could be very tricky, man. You might be waiting forever, like sometime, right? Even though it is hourly time frame, but on Filecoin, you know, I also talk about it in my premium, right? I was like, the setup right here looks exactly like the setup we got right here before the breakdown. So we got a good chance to drop down, even though price action did not retest the complete top to create a bullish divergence, bearish divergence. So we got this move. That's exactly what we got there, right there. Yeah, it was a tricky one. MACD flip bearish right there. Did not, you know, flip positive again, right? Excuse me. But I think like 6 hour is one of the best time frame to use, right? If not, you want to use your 4 hour, okay? Sometimes you can get a so like, let's say for example, right, you can't find the bullish divergence on the 6 hour right here, right? You cannot, because we're making what, lower lows right here, right? And sucker is making lower lows right here also, right? But if you flip it on the 4 hour, right, you can find a nice bullish divergence, right? But sometimes I don't check the 4 hour a lot. Sometimes I just have to force myself to check it, but most of the time I just try to stick with one time frame, right? And you got the bullish divergence right there, and you know, but market is weak right now, right? If we, with these bullish divergences, right, you could have get like a nice pushback up to like a, you know, 0.786, but you can see like could not even break the 100 EMA. But since I traded on 6 hour, you know, I couldn't find nothing. So even though it was bullish right here, could not break right there. So you see, another good example right here. You got a this one was not, you could call it bullish divergence, right? If you want to use your candles without wicks, you could do this, something like that, right? Because remember, something like most people don't pay attention to is like your MACD, right? It is based on closing, right? It is based on closing. It's not based on wicks, right? The source is closing, not lows. Not lows, okay? Let's do this. Yeah, if you basically want to, even if you do it on based on lows, it's not, you know, you don't have any bullish divergence at all, right? Because you're saying your MACD is based on lows. Price action is not making lower lows. MACD was making high lows right here. But if you just switch your MACD back to close and switch your candle to just close also, right? Meaning like you remove your wicks. Yes, we did have a bullish divergence right there, right? We do, you know, we do have a bullish divergence, right? So it is kind of subjective, and you know, it all depends how you want to trade. Sometimes if you don't want to trade, you don't dig too much, right? You be like, okay, I don't care, man. there's no bullish divergence. I'm not gonna mess with it. But if you want to trade really bad, you dig deep. Hey, what's up, Marcelo? I mean, yes, in this market, you're gonna lose money, and you're gonna get to the point where you're gonna be immune to like losing a trade. Like it's just part of it. It's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but you cannot trade the market without losing money. It's just impossible. It's just impossible. You're gonna lose some money. It's just like, I don't know how to say, but I would say like you lose some and you gain some. Okay, you just don't want to lose all the time. Okay, but let's say you take 10 trades and you win. Even if you win 5 out of 5 and you got a good risk management, you're still going to be in profits. Okay, you're still going to be in profits, right? So if you're new to I think even 5 out of 5, right? 5 out of 10. If you're new to crypto, if you're new to trading, 5 out of 10 is a good ratio if you basically just new, right? But if you're new to crypto, my best advice, like I think like that's the best advice anyone can give you. Don't short-term trade it unless you got enough experience. Like you've been in a space for at least like a year to like a year and a half, right? Other than that, just trade like the higher time frame, like the weekly time frame or higher. But if you want to trade the hourly, it's very, very tricky, especially if you're leveraging. Okay. But if you get, when people ask me about like day trading, I'm like, yes, you can make a lot of money, but you can lose a lot of money in a fraction of a second, right? Like in a heartbeat, you can lose also a lot of money. So unless you got enough skills to, not skill to trade, but skills to manage your emotions when you lose a lot of money, you'll be like, man, I lost a lot of money, man. But when you win a lot of money, you tell everyone like, I just made 100K, I just made $1, whatever you make, right? You just have to control your emotion. Don't give up. Just keep learning. It is a process, Hackenashi without wicks. I mean, the Hackenashi without wicks, it is not fun. It is nice, but I don't think like is, for me, I don't think it's the right approach to look at the candles on the Hackenashi without wicks. Do you see what I'm saying? Because I want to see the wicks on the Hackenashi. I want to see the volatility. The wicks gives me the volatility on the Hackenashi, right? For instance, on BTC, right? If I take a look at it on Hackenashi, it looks nice, right? With the wicks, because when I take a look at it on a 6-hour basis right now, I can tell you right now, right here, you can see like the volatility was on the upside. Okay, the volatility was on the upside, and right now you can see like the volatility is on the downside. So you want to take a look at it on, with the wicks. And I like to say big tail, big wicks, small body. It is a reversal pattern. I haven't been saying it for a while, but big tail, big wicks, small body, right, like right here, right there. If you notice, well, even though I did not use my Hackenashi on my 6-hour, I won my, won the premium group and said, it's time to, it's time to pack our bags and wait for the next few days. Okay. And you got big tail, big wick, small body right here, right? Reversal. Okay. Right here we got one. Okay. Even though I did not even like use my Hackenashi candles right? On a 6-hour basis. But we did get a nice reversal pattern at 33 right there, right here also, right there. You can see at the bottom. Okay, so let's check it without the wicks. Yeah, without the wicks it seems like very wrecky. Yeah, without the wicks. Yeah, you could just buy green, sell red if you really want to start buying like at, you know, support and resistance. You just buy green. You're gonna be buying higher, right? Because you're using your Hakenashis, right? But you can buy green at support, right, and sell red at resistance, right? Which is like right here. Start selling red right there. The next red around like a 40K, which is like your resistance right here, right there. Yep, it looks very nice. Okay, very nice. Take a look at this sucker. You did get a nice channel on the Hakenashi, right? So support is on the Hakenashi right here, 36.8. But it only means like you know, you're only trading it based on this model. I mean this, you know, I would call it like technique, right? It doesn't mean it cannot drop lower, but it only means like you're gonna buy right here and you're gonna look to sell right there, somewhere around here, 50% to 0.618, or even sell back at the top. Right? It looks clean, but I don't use it. Okay, I don't wanna think too much, right? I already got a big toolbox. It's gonna make me think too much if I try to use it. Let's remove the, yeah, support right here. Let's remove this sucker right there now. Check the daily Hakenashi, yo. Yep, daily Hakenashi already showing big tail, big wick right here. So showing big tail, big wicks, big tail, big wicks, big tail, big wicks after a downtrend, big tail, big wicks after a big uptrend. So we need to wait high volatility, another high volatility range somewhere around here. We just don't know when. Hey, what's up, Tinos? R-U-N-E, R-U-N. Oh man. I don't know if I can find it on my watch list, but let's see. Because my keyboard got wrecked. Not my keyboard, but my USB. Yeah, it's not on my watch list as of now. I can't find it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I got it. anywhere around here. Because IUN is fairly new. Yeah, I can't find IUN. Sorry, man. I don't have it on my watch list for now. Hey, what's up, Willie in the house? Hey, what's up, Willie? Thanks a lot for tuning in, man. Willie Satoshi. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, QTUM got a lot of work to do, but let's see. EOS is on the same boat. Kind of got a short-term bearish set up, but let's see. Okay, we got the 0.6 support, broke below it, now making a three-way move. So not sure if it wants to retest the 0.786 or retest the resistance level again at $6. Just watching right now. Yeah, this pattern is in general a very bearish pattern. Right, it is a very bearish pattern. Okay, it is a very bearish pattern, but sometimes it can triple bottom, right, and move sideways and push to the upside, right? We played it on Ethereum short, right? Our last short on Ethereum. So right here. So Ethereum, most bulls wanted to long the top right here, but I was like, guys, this setup I like to anticipate it. It tends to be very impulsive. So after the double top, double bottom, okay. And look at it, guys, a beautiful dump. So if you long Ethereum right here, you're gonna be pissed because you longed it at 28.50 while we were shorting it at 28.50. Look at it drop 20%. Okay, got this, you know, another double top, double bottom. Still, even if you you know, you short at the top, you still now got a stop loss right here. You don't care if, you know, it is going to reverse or not in the short term, right? Bitcoin is going to bounce right now. Is there a confirmation or a question? I guess Willie is a moon boy, so Willie is confirming like a bit is going to be bouncing, right? But Sun Crypto is just saying wait. I would wait for the next few days, because the weekend is almost like in 24 hours, 48 hours. So we will see what we're gonna get, guys. All right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a night. It's almost 1 a.m. Be safe out there. We talk later, okay? Make sure to join the public Telegram group, link in the description. If you're looking to join Send Premium, you can send me a message. Join the Discord public group, link in the description also, right? It is if, like, let's say market going to be in a bear market, it is going to be nice. We're still going to be buying the dips. We're still going to be accumulating for the next like a 10, 20, 30x moves. Most people want to be ready after market reverses, okay? We want to be ready while market is down. We want to buy the dips, accumulate for the next like a 10, 20x on BTC, Ethereum, and all that good stuff. Not like, you know, when market, you know, Ethereum is like $3,000, $4,000, you start jumping back into the market, right? So, all right, guys, thanks a lot for watching.